اه انا بس Okay, I'm going to call the executive committee to order. Would all please, we have a quorum, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
Okay, so everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. So this was posted, and we are in compliance with FOIA, correct, Ms. Brown? And members of this committee consist of the chair of council, the vice chair of council, and the chair of our committees, which would be Mr. Glover, Mr. Lawson, Mr. Bartholomew, and Mr. Cunningham. So we will proceed with Mr. Glover, Mr. Bartholomew, Alice, myself, and we are pleased to have Mr. Dawson, Mr. Reitz with us. So there are certain topics. Oh, let's have a motion to approve the agenda, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Ms. Howard.
Second.
Second, Mr. Glover, thank you. We have public comment, 15 minutes. Ms. Major, did you want this public comment for executive committee? Or you want to do it at the regular council meeting? You can speak both. I'm happy to listen to you. Come on, yeah. Come on up and speak. You get your 3 minutes. And then if you want to speak at council, that would be at 6 o'clock. Is that what you want to do, both of them? All right, come on. You can talk about anything you want, as long as you're nice to me.
Okay.
There's just one thing I want to talk about.
Oh, I wonder what it could be. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, my name is Carrie Major, and thank you, council, for hearing me, executive committee. I really just want to talk about the St. Helena Youth and Community Center. I know we are over here, and I'm just so grateful to be in at the rec center here, so I can see how great it looks and dream of how ours is going to look on St. Helena Island. And there's one thing I saw on the wall when I came in, which really encouraged me. It said the difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. So I'm so grateful, and we're determined on St. Helena Island to get a youth and community center over there so our youth especially can have a place to go. Thank you.
You are consistent with that. All right, our agenda, and I passed out to members here. The first item on the agenda is the discussion of potential dates and topics for upcoming joint meetings with the Beaufort County School Board, Beaufort Legislative Delegation, and Jasper County. So let's start with the school board. I provided everyone with a handout. The items I listed under school board, the very first one, those are items sent to us. Ms. Howard sent you all the email. It was from Colonel Geyer, who is the chair of the school board. So I will read it. I'm going to read it for the public. Establish a means to receive advance notice on proposed development and approval of multi- or single-family communities within the county. This has a direct impact on our school zoning and allows us to plan appropriately for growth along 170 and 278 corridors. They also would like to discuss, on a related topic, growth in unincorporated county communities north of the Broad, especially in the Burton Township. They would like to discuss the Lobico property owned by the district that is the location of the county public library. Mr. Dawson's talked about that several times. They would like to discuss fiscal authority for the district, that's a legal issue, and possible meeting dates. So I'd like to open it up to our members of the executive committee. Do you have other items you'd like us to add to the list for discussion?
Tab, I do have 2 items that I'd like to add to that.
Okay.
The first being the redesign of the Ladies Island Middle School and that construction, as well as a potential park out there by the middle school. The other
On school property?
Yeah, well, it's neighboring property out there.
Okay.
And apparently there's a green space application in on it.
Okay.
And then the other topic I'd like to discuss is seeing if we could compile a master list of county properties and school board properties to help for future planning.
Yeah, as we talked about just briefly before we started, the school gave us that facilities plan, which listed all of their properties, which I was very appreciative to see. And I know our group is working on our property, so we would like to compile county and school district properties, right?
Yeah, hopefully that can help alleviate some tax burdens down the road if there's properties already owned that could be beneficial for the use of a new school.
Okay. One thing I wanted to add was, I'd like to know about their progress toward teacher recruitment. Rather than waiting for the budget, depending on when we do this, I'd like to know how recruitment's going, how many openings they have. Because we all remember they come before us for the budget. All right, other items from, yes, Ms. Howard.
I'd just like to mention again that the physical authority for the district, that's something that David has talked about, and we've heard from the legislators about it, but it's probably something the attorneys need to talk about because there seems to be differing opinions about that.
Yeah, I mean, they put it on the list, but we will tell them it is under legal opinion. Mr. Hulbert's well aware of that. Yes.
I want to just piggyback on what Ms. Howard just talked about, fiscal autonomy for the school district. I thought last year we passed a resolution basically.
We did.
Okay, so we have done our part.
We did.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm on the same page everybody else is on.
You were on the page, yes.
Okay, so I don't think I want to speak no more to that other than I endorse the resolution allowing them to have fiscal autonomy, so it's now in the legislative affair, like you said, Mrs. Tam. The thing that I'm not too sure whether this is the appropriate venue for us to talk about it, but I've been very disturbed with the success that's not happening for people of color at the school district level when it comes to standardized testing. I think we all received a memo recently outlining that. I don't know whether that's appropriate to talk to them about, but it is a concern of mine, and I've shared that with Dr. Rodriguez previously and every superintendent since, and nothing has moved that bar from where it is right now, and that's truly, in my opinion, unacceptable. That's all thank you.
Put it down. I could tell you at some of their meetings, they go over the schools that are most in need of achievement increases and what they're doing about it, but I think it's fair game to put it on the agenda.
I think talking about it is one thing, seeing the results is another, and I think there got to be some results achieved with all the funding that's going forward, all the energy that's being placed there. Somehow, it seems that there should be some better results than what's happening. It has not changed in 30 years.
And why not? You want to know why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I have it down. What I'm going to do is, when we get this together, we will send it, when we pick a date, we'll send it to the school district. They'll know what's coming. Anybody else want to add something to this?
Go ahead. I don't have anything that I want to add. I just want to speak to the first bullet point of the advance notice that the school district is asking us to give them as far as growth and development is concerned in the county. So whenever you get through with the adding to the list, I'll speak to that.
Well, it's number one on the list, so we're going to put it on there.
You ready to go there now?
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
All right. The school district asking us to engage them in proposals of future project coming forward in advance of growth taking place throughout the county, I think is appropriate. It's an appropriate request. I think it affords them the opportunity and ability to plan in advance, and rather than reacting to growth once we have already planned it and once it's already in place, then they have to react to actually accommodating that growth as far as the school children are concerned and the educational process. So I think us engaging them in those discussions, making them aware of the projects that are coming forward, and engaging them in the discussions as far as growth-related developments in the county that affects not only us, the county, but them as well. I think we'll do well having that, establishing that relationship with them.
Okay.
I'd just like to make a comment. I've noticed that the chairman and vice chairman, the new ones, are coming to more meetings like Soloco and Northern Regional Plan meeting. And I mean, they actually have a position on the Northern Regional Plan Committee, but their participation has increased greatly. So I think that's a good thing with the new chairman and vice chairman
Of the school district.
of the school district
Yeah.
board, correct.
Mr.
Madam
Dawson,
Chairman,
do you want to
Madam-
speak about Labico? That's on here.
Madam Chairman, before you go any further,
sorry.
let me just piggyback on Mr. Dawson.
Yeah.
Comment. I think the inclusion should be all the municipalities in that discussion about growth, because they're impacting growth more so than, I think, county council. So I think they need to include all the municipality, and I don't know whether the school district should be the one that champion that cause or not, but the growth is coming in Bluffton, is coming in Hilton Head,
Yep.
and the municipalities more so than it's coming out of the rural area. But that's my comment.
I think that's a fair comment that we would make, and they certainly know that, and that would be up to them to have those interactions. Now, we do interact with the municipalities, what is it, every other month?
Yeah.
So we could bring that up as well.
Sure.
Thank you. Anybody else on that first bullet want to opine on it?
How long do we think this would need to be, this meeting? Just so when we start making arrangements?
I'm going to say an hour and a half. So everybody has
Maybe
2 hours, so maybe everybody has time to talk.
And to add, one other thing I'd like to add to that, if I can, to discuss the shared facilities for opening up the athletic facilities to the community in the off hours. I think we're already starting to do that. but
We are.
They are.
Get an update and see what we can do to improve or what's been done so far, just kind of get an update on that. I don't think that would be a long discussion item.
All right. Mr. Dawson, what about Labico? I know you've talked about it before.
Yeah, it's been some time since we had a discussion or any update on the process and the progress with the Labico site. On that site, we have the Labico Library, but we also have a building adjacent to that, which used to be the old Labico Elementary School. And the school district utilized it after the school was moved into Beaufort. But we, the county, made the decision that we wanted to get rid of that building, and we offered it to the school district. And so I probably have to rely on staff to refresh us and bring us up to speed as to where we are with that currently, because the last meeting I had was with Hank Edmondson and I forgot who the gentleman was from the school district, but we walked through the building, we walked the property, and the school district was, school district wanted to get rid of it, but I think it was Beaufort Jasper Comp Health was interested in purchasing it. And so I don't know where we are, what negotiations or conversations proceeded after that. So we need to ask staff to go back and bring us a update as to where we are in that situation.
Well, once we set this agenda with the school board and pick a date, we'll have staff update on any of these things. I think it's nice. Anybody else? Mr. Lawson, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's okay. Chair of our Finance Committee. We're talking about meeting with the school board.
I'm good. I don't have anything to add.
Okay, and all of these things we're talking about are open meetings. Nothing's closed door. All right, anything else for school board? Can we look at when some possible tentative dates? Because that's what they're going to ask us for.
I think we should let Ms. Brock coordinate with her counterpart, if she could. And is there any day of the week that's
I
not,
mean, for me, Fridays are the best. Mondays are bad. Well, I'm sorry, but Monday's bad. Wednesdays, everybody else meets. We're all over the place. You're laughing, Mr. Glover.
No, you said Friday's the best. I mean,
It is, it's start of your weekend.
oh,
So, I think, did they give us a couple meetings? No, that was the other one gave us that. Okay. See what she says. I mean, because they have to get their people together too. This will be like herding a bunch of cats, trust me.
we'll
Okay.
just have to set a date and go.
Yeah, and who can attend attends, the others.
I would throw out, and I don't know how far out we're talking about, but, if there's a fifth Monday coming up anytime soon, I mean, that's generally when nothing is happening. I mean, there's one coming up next week, but that's too far, I mean, just too early to plan.
quick,
But
right.
if there's a fifth Monday, that'd be great, but, just keep that in mind.
The next fifth Monday is June.
That may be too far.
Yeah, that's a little
But it
far.
could be one that could be the second meeting. And you get the initial meeting going now, and then that could be the second meeting. But, yeah, anyway.
Okay. All right, Sarah, we're going to ask you to see what we can coordinate. All right, the second item is meeting with the Beaufort Legislative Delegation. So many of us have gone to their delegation meetings, but those are their meetings with the public. This would be an opportunity for us to interact with the legislative delegation. And what you see in front of you is questions Representative Herb Kurtzman asked, like if county council wants to have a joint meeting, you see they have Monday or Friday. You see that, Mr. Glover? I put in bold print. And Mondays are just never good because we're always here. For planning and purposes for communication, what's the purpose of the meeting? So let's talk about that. What would be our purpose to meet with the legislative delegation? I have some ideas, but how about everybody else? Why would we want to meet with them?
In particular, to get an update of what's going on in the State House that impacts this area down here, and then transversely be able to communicate to them things that we've been doing, and also talk about joint efforts that that we can work together on.
I have that on here, yes. How we can support them on specific
Yeah.
issues and how they can support us. Anybody else?
I would add a clear understanding of reappointments to boards and commission. Yeah.
So of their expectations for reappointment, yes, that became evident the last time.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay. For reappointments. Anybody else? I put on here, I would like to hear some feedback from them as to what they hear from their constituents about county council workings and how we serve our constituents, because they might be hearing something different than us. So I'd like to hear some feedback on their part for us.
I think that's a great idea.
Progress we're making with our new administrator, with our team. I'd like to hear their thoughts on that. And they can certainly offer suggestions for improvement because they're out and about talking to our constituents. Any other thing we could put on there for the delegation? Okay, it says, how soon would we want to meet? Do you have any dates available for Mondays or Fridays? Here we go, Mr. Glover.
Well, I think we agreed Mondays is not good, so do we want to meet before they're out of session? If we do, we just have to pick a date. It have
Yeah.
to be after the Heritage or before the Heritage.
I don't know if there's an urgency to meet before they're out of session. They-
It actually might be beneficial to have it after.
After
Then we
they get
should
out.
meet another day besides Monday or
Right.
Friday.
Yep.
Mhm. And they could tell us then they'll know what passed and what didn't
Right.
pass. Okay, so
So
that's
it
a
would
good idea.
be after May 8th, Sarah. You'll communicate with her? So just start the next week, maybe.
Then, Tab, Alice, also, we could make this more of a regularly scheduled thing, so before they go into next session, we could have a get-together and sit down and see what needs to be pre-filed or things
Before
that
the
they.
fall.
Right.
Late summer, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I just would like to have more communication with them.
Yeah, agreed.
Other than we go to, like Mr. Glover, we were at the last one when the appointment came up, and we really should have some more conversation before that. Okay, so we're gonna ask regularly scheduled before the fall session, how's that?
And after May 8th.
Yep, and after May 8th. And I'll type this up and round robin it to everybody. Anything else for the legislative delegation? Okay, we also had on here Jasper County. Oh, wait, they want to know where we want to meet. So if it's after their session, we can meet in Beaufort somewhere, instead of
Right.
us all going up to Columbia.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to throw that in there.
I think this is a great location personally it's the middle of the county, but,
And I think, Alice, don't they do their updates here too from time to time?
Yes, this is where
Yeah.
they come.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Brock, if you would let her know, we can use Buckwalter. Okay. Jasper County's on here. Jasper County and Hardeeville, the mayor of Hardeeville and the council from Jasper County have asked to meet with us to collaborate. They want to discuss regional opportunities.
I think they should give us specifics. If they
Yeah.
want to talk about that, I'm honestly not comfortable talking about regional opportunities unless I know what they want to bring up.
Correct. Well,
I mean, are they talking about transportation?
no, they're going off of last time's person, yeah.
Okay.
They're talking about the detention center, animal rescue, they're talking about all kinds of things. So I will ask them for specific topics. And again, this will be we'll have to get date. We'll just pick up a couple dates and throw them in there. And those that can attend, those that can't. We'll type up notes after every meeting so everyone will be informed of what we talk about. Anybody have something in particular you'd like to ask them? One thing I would like to ask them, and I already heard this twice, but I think the rest of you should hear it, is their plan for their referendum money. They're not doing a citizen committee. They're doing elected officials deciding how to spend it, which is just the opposite of us. So I think we should hear that and where they're planning to do their first projects.
Does that include their Greenbelt money too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we should hear it from them. I've only heard it at public meetings. So spending referendum and who selects properties, who selects the projects.
That's Jasper County.
Yep, Jasper County.
Madam Chairman, you have on here Jasper County / Hardeeville. Why was Ridgeland left off? The
I just
city-
put Hardeeville because that mayor asked me. Certainly
Oh.
Ridgeland could come, they're part of Jasper County. I
I
just
think-
heard their mayor speak too.
Right, I think as we look at particular growth in Beaufort, the regional growth, I think Ridgeland as well as Hardeeville as well as Bluffton, I mean, they all contributing to the growth, and we need to kind of talk through all of that. One of my concern, and I'll share this with you, is that unlike Gerald, who lives out on the northern side of the county, if he wanted to get to Savannah, he can always go down Pocatello Go and get to Savannah. We are having a difficult time trying to traverse to Savannah from the northern part of Beaufort, coming through 170.
Welcome to our world here.
You see it every day. But, for us who are making appointments and going to, it's adding to the calendar for us to get there. And the more development that happens on 170, the greater that clog is going to get. So I think we need to kind of discuss that. And I know that Soloco is doing something. They're coming out with some plans, and I think we all need to be aware of it, and we all need to sort of participate in that discussion. And those are the municipalities along that corridor, as well as the counties. So I just want to throw that out there.
And I think everyone would be interested in hearing what they're doing with the referendum money with regard to Argent Boulevard, part of 170,
Yes.
you know, because ours didn't go.
Yes.
And we were all collaborating, so now that's not going to be, so they're doing different things. Okay, I have
If
it
I might follow
noted.
up on that,
Yes, go.
to piggyback off of York's comment about the growth and the congestion. I think the city of Beaufort is not included on here. We need to have discussions with them as well, because as of this very moment, growth is taking place all over the city of Beaufort. And the congestion has already started. It's only going to get worse because
170.
with all the development that they have that is taking place right now, there's no, as far as I know, there's no, they're not addressing the transportation aspects of it.
And to your point, some of that happened in the past. They have new leaders, as you know, they've got new leadership at the city staff level. We did have, some of us went to a joint meeting they had, I think in January. They're having a joint meeting with Port Royal. I'll get the date out to everybody in April, and any of us can attend that. And they do it every quarter, City of Beaufort and Town of Port Royal,
Okay.
to talk about issues, and I think that should be talked about, definitely.
Very
So
well.
this would not be a separate meeting with Beaufort City, we'll put it to that one.
Yes, it's in April. David, I don't know if you know the date, but I was told it's in April, but I'll
Yeah,
get the date
it
for
is.
that.
And it came up briefly at the last meeting, but, okay, we'll get the date on that and let everybody know. Okay,
The town of Port Royal has pretty much put some things in place where they're very limiting growth right now, but I don't know how long that can hold up.
okay, anything else for Jasper County, Ridgeland, Hardyville? Anybody? Okay. All right, I did add on here Bluffton Town Council. They've asked to meet with us, and as Mr. Glover said, there's where, I mean, just look at 170 again,
Yeah.
and look at the parkway you just came off of. So they're eager to meet with us, and they would like to talk about some specific topics. Do we have any specific topics we'd like to talk to them about besides the growth?
Oh, okay. You want me to say no growth a different way?
Go ahead, John, give it a try.
No, I can't.
Let's just say managing growth.
Managing growth, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I got, it was interesting. I got a email today from former council member Beer. Yeah, it was kind of interesting to read that.
Yeah, I think he sent it to all of us.
Yeah, it was just interesting to read it, that's all.
Yep.
Would we want to discuss anything with the May River water quality? I know that's been brought up several
can.
times to us in our chats with council.
Certainly can.
And maybe an update in Paula and Mark's district regarding Alljoy, just an update.
Put it on there.
Put it on there whenever we meet with them.
Okay. All right. Anything else for Bluffton? Other than we're going to put Mr. Glover up front for growth. Okay, the next item was discussion of the appointment of a representative to fill the Beaufort County minority seat on the Low Country Council of Government Board of Directors for a 4-year term expiring in February 2029.
That's Gerald and I, and Gerald has a placement there. I do have I got a person, Mr. McDomick served there for I don't know how long, probably since the conception of Old Cog. I want to recommend Mrs. Smith, Sandra
Cassandra?
Smith.
Cassandra
Renee
Smith?
Yeah. She's very active in the community right now. She's very, I call her young, because she's not young, but she's, yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah, it's all relative. And I would like to submit her name.
Okay, Mr. Dawson, did you have a name too?
No. I had this conversation with York earlier this morning, and I told him I already have a representative representing north of the Broad, so I think it was only fair and equitable that he select somebody from St. Helena. If by chance he wasn't able, then I would reach out and try to fill a position.
Do you have any, Mr. Glover, any kind of resume on her that everybody could see? Information?
No, but I can get that.
Yeah, if you would, just so we could all see who she is and what she does.
Okay. I'll text her right now and let her know. She should probably, can she go, Sarah, on the
She'll go to the
commission?
council meeting,
Yeah.
so it
Okay.
goes from here to the council meeting.
I'll direct her there. Okay.
Okay. And the last item is the appointment of York Glover, Gerald Dawson, myself, Mr. Reitz, and Alice Howard as the county council appointees to Low County Council of Governments Board of Directors for a 4-year term with the expiration of March 2027? Yes.
Are y'all going to take a vote on moving her forward, or do we need to have another executive committee meeting later?
Oh, no, I think we could take a vote.
Okay, so we had a nomination, we need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, second. All those in favor of moving Cassandra Smith forward to the council? Show your hands, please. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Brock.
Thank you.
And those of us on LOCOG, let's have a motion to approve the 5 of us that are appointed.
So move.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson,
I'll second it.
Mr. Bartholomew. And for the public, this group meets the last Thursday of the month, every other month now. They used to meet every month, now it's every other month, and it's out in Yemassee, which is how I found that, but yes. All right. Okay. All in favor of these 5 serving on LOCOG? Anybody want it instead? You can have my seat. Okay. All right. That concludes our agenda for the executive committee. Anybody have anything to add or comment from the council?
I'm sorry, her name is Sandra.
Sandra,
Sandra?
S-A-U-N.
S-A-U-N, spell it for her. S-A-U-N-D-R-A?
E-R-A, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll go to county council. All right, any other item to come before the executive committee?
There was some, 2 people came in late. I didn't know if they wanted for public comment.
Did you want to comment for this one? The folks that came in? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll take whatever.
Okay. My name is Charles Trevanick.
Come on
I
up.
live at 17 Sheffield Avenue.
Come up here, hon.
On Cat Island. You want me to come up?
Yeah, because they're recording it, and you want to look your best.
I'm over here.
So when you come up, speak in the microphone, give your name and address. That'd be great.
Again, my name is Charles Trevanick. I live at 17 Sheffield Avenue in Beaufort, and I'm here to discuss the possibility of getting you folks to help us get a stoplight at the intersection of the Island Causeway and Ladies Island Parkway, which is the intersection just as you come off the McTier Bridge. It is extremely dangerous. The traffic comes down off that bridge at 70, 75, and 80 mile an hour in a lot of cases, and it happens routinely on a daily basis. We've talked to the sheriff. The sheriff says he patrols it, but in our opinion, he does not do that adequately. I also have tried to talk to Mr. Glover. Mr. Glover would not return my calls, so I ended up talking to Shannon Erickson. I talked to her. She had the Department of Transportation call me, and she said, or he said, the gentleman from DOT, that it has to do with the cross traffic coming out of Cat Island, Gibbs Island, Cane Island. But things have changed since their last traffic count. That was 3 years ago. In 2022, they did a traffic count. Since then, we've got a new golf course that's open. Secession Golf Course is up and running. So you've got all that traffic. We've got additional new homes everywhere all over Cat Island and Cane Island is now starting, okay? They're building on Gibbs Island as well. There is traffic on that road every day, including school buses. And it's a danger to get out on that highway. There's no place to go, so this evening we came out at 3 o'clock. There were 6 cars lined up to go on the road. We turned right, went up by Publix, and turned around and came back down. to go back, if you know the area that I'm talking about, and to go back across the McTier Bridge. It's just a dangerous situation that it's begging for somebody to get killed there. And I don't know what to tell them to do, but I have suggestions, okay? The speed limit is 55 through there, okay? It drops to 45, which nobody pays attention to, then it goes back up to 55. If they would drop that speed limit from Rabeau Avenue all the way to Ladies Island Parkway, where it intersects with 21, to 45, it might help, okay? But the real problem is you need a stoplight there to stop those people from coming down that road in both directions at an excessive rate of speed, and allow people to get out on that causeway. I mean, it's just impossible to get out. And that's basically all I had to say.
Mr. Moore, can someone reach out to him? Would you stop over there, give Sarah your contact information? Mr. Moore is our county administrator,
Okay?
and I'm sure we can have somebody reach out to
Well,
you.
thank you for hearing me.
You're welcome to stay for the next meeting if you want.
Well, there's no sense in doing that if I got it to you guys, so
All right,
I
thank you,
don't want to
sir.
bore you to death.
We're never bored, trust me.
Madam Chairman, before you
Yeah.
close out on this, I do want to, last year, I did address that problem, but you're right. The sheriff basically has put a sign up temporarily to slow down traffic. The state is in charge of that area for traffic light, and I don't know what all we can do, but I think you're doing the right thing by getting with Mr. Moore, and if anything can be done, yeah, we can go from there. But it's a tough battle there.
Yeah, thank you. All right, anything else before this committee? Okay,
You adjourn it,
we are
6
adjourned.
o'clock.
Until 6, we'll start again.
Yeah.
Who undertook that?